Hey, everyone. So, next one. I wanted to do lesson three, being the basics of truth. Now, a lot of people believe truths are flexible towards everyone, being that everyone's point of view is their truth, and then thus changes by whichever person and by the influences, experiences they've had in their life. I'm not disagreeing with this. I believe this is quite true because reality is flexible by our perceptions. But at the same time, it's not. It's a question people have been wondering for millennia. Um, but I base my truth off substantial absolutes. And so I want to do this lesson on the basics of truth for me. Now, this is just the way I do it, so bear with me. If it works for you, it works for you. If you don't like it at all, then just don't use it. Anyway, so the basics, the basics of truth. I base my truths off the only thing I find is a constant in existence. Reality to the point of almost infallible. Ah, I can't read my own writing in the moment. Sorry, I tend to write in a hurry sometimes, and I tend to not structure the sentence in a readable way. If I look at it and I don't have to talk, it makes complete sense to me. Anyway, so I base my truths off an infallible existence, which is the world, not what humankind's thought, because we're fallible. Um, but you can't deny the fact that Earth exists, planet exists, the ground exists, gravity exists, space exists, the sun exists, the universe exists. You can't deny these factors. These are absolute truths in existence. Our perceptions flex around this reality that exists and is distorted by our own emotions and our own understandings. So I base my truths off the absoluteness of existence, not what humankind teaches us, not what people teaches us, but what the world teaches us. Because we're told and taught a lot of things. Like this is one of the things that I don't really understand about religion. I can understand having a belief in an existence that is beyond our understanding and comprehension. This I completely agree with. This is why my friend believes I'm agnostic. I'm not an atheist. I don't not believe in an existence of something beyond our comprehension. But I think it is amazing that these people believe in a God that has a human conscience consciousness that believes and feels the way we do, yet exists in an infallible way. Doesn't make sense at all. If God was like like us, he wouldn't be a god. He would be fallible. He would make mistakes. And you know what? It's even worse. He would have made a huge mistake by making us. If he was truly infallible, he would have made the biggest mistake in his existence, which was to make us in his image. That's what I don't get. Humankind isn't a mistake. We are infallible. We are fallible because we're human. We are a creature that has evolved, and we're amazing and unique, and we don't exist anywhere else. There might possibly be another type of an existence in the universe that is similar to us. Who knows? It's a big fucking universe. But we only exist here. I only exist here. Me right here now. This is me. I'm the only Reece Jones that is like me in existence. There may be people similar, and have a lot of similarities, but they are not my makeup. They are not me. They have not had my experiences, and they do not have my existence. My existence is my own, and my soul is my own. Which I kind of feel that existence and soul are the same thing. Anyway, so when I'm basing a solid opinion and thought, and just to be clear, I mean that not 100%, not absolute. I never make my ideas absolute. I never believe in a truth absolutely. I will hold on to an idea if someone challenges it, but if I find that I'm wrong, without holding so much emotion to it, I can let go of it if it is wrong. But I will test that and I'll find out. I like to question everything, really. Um, all right, so basing it off world and world experiences, not humankind experiences, is the best way to that I find to have reality. Humans have great ideas. We all do. Like I'm having great ideas right now, and I'm sharing them. But there is a huge chance that I could be really wrong about all this, and I could be completely fallible. But I'm gonna try because I believe in it. If someone proves me wrong, I will find out. I'll find out by sharing this. The feedback I get from people will make me think about this completely in different ways, and I will find out if it's true or not. And this is how I find the basis of truth in existence. And I find that so far people are yet to prove most of the lessons that the world has taught me. Like, no one's proved that gravity doesn't exist. And no one's definitely proved that to me. Gravity definitely exists. I've seen many a friend fall over because of it. um, but you can read into this more. You can take it further. Like the reasons I see that society's developed in the way that it has is because we've advanced and matured in some ways, yet we're so immature in other ways. I don't actually believe humankind is civilized at all. Some of the most civilized countries on Earth still cause intentionally cause friction with other nations to create wars and conflict. Now, I believe conflict is a ultimate resolution. It will resolve a situation one way or another, whether good or bad, depending on the opinion of the person or who's on which side. Um, and that is still something created by humankind and people. And you can see conflict within the planet itself. Like when we had that earthquake, which was caused by the tsunami that hit Thailand and all that, which was caused by an earthquake of the Earth's plates shuddering within the ocean, eruption. That was a conflict, and that resolved itself. It caused some damage, but it also made us aware that our world is like that. Like a lot of people never believed that kind of thing was possible until it happened. And yes, a lot of people died from it, and it was very sad. In the same way, it happened, and we mourn the people we lost, and it was sad, and we learned something from it. Existence is a blip of life. I mean, how long's the world been around, and how long our lives go for? Yeah. All right. So, the reasons I believe in the world. The world has no need to tell lies, make up truths, or treat us any other way than the way it wants to, the way it does. The world is the only absolute truth, and so I base my actions and life off of its truths, not humankind. Not to say that our race does not have amazing, beautiful ideas, because we really do, but we are limited by the sight of our current knowledge and technology. Like I said before, we have matured in some ways and we've developed technology in that. But I still feel that in a lot of ways we are behind schedule. We spend so much time on industrialization and cultivation and technologies and social advancements, but we have really neglected a lot of connectivity, social connectivity, spirituality, and I'm not going to say religion, people. We haven't neglected that at all. That is a lot of religions I am biased against because a lot of religions create a lot of friction between people for no reason. It is effectively putting a wall up that holds you away from connecting to people, and I don't agree with that. If a religion is really open minded to another religion, I will respect that. That is a religion I will respect. I not to say I don't respect religions. I respect people's opinions and their choice to have it. But I believe in the world. It's how to say it. My religion is humankind and the humanness of people, being their faults and their failures, as well as their amazing traits and abilities. It's just the same with my patriotism. I'm a patriot towards the planet, not any one country. Australia, I love Australia. It's one of my favorite countries. I love living here. I love the people around here. We're all very laid back, comfortable, and happy people. We don't look for fights. We don't look for problems. We're busy doing our own thing. I'm not too impressed with our government structure lately. It's been really getting a little. It's almost becoming an interim government, which destroys nations and countries, which would be really fucked up. And so I have no loyalty to any country. I believe in human rights, not separate fractions. If anyone tries to make me feel patriotic, I feel wrong. I feel no need to be that. I don't feel a need to be prideful about our country. I love our country. I love it as much as I love Thailand when I went to Thailand. I loved England and Wales when I went there and Portugal. I thought they were all amazing and they all had beautiful people that I had really cool conversations with. I don't agree with people attacking my nation. It's my nation. But what I'm disagreeing about there is the fact that they're attacking, they're being aggressive. That's what I don't like. I would hate it if Australia got aggressive to another nation. I do hate it actually. I think it's stupid and irresponsible. It just shows how immature the human race is and how much truth we're ignoring. The simple fact is, no matter what color or what race or social design, every human still feels pain and still loves. We're still capable of amazing things and terrible deeds. I love that saying, hate the action, not the person. And I agree with that because the person was made for our own um, society and creation. Um, Humankind creates these people. The world didn't. The world just does what it does. That's why I love basing my truths of existence off it. I also base my self off it, actually, my sense of self, like I've talked about in a couple other videos. Sense of self being you. And I think that if you base it off designs of society, it tends to get messed up. Like this whole thing of people think it's okay to hate someone if they hate you. It's fine. It's fine. You can hate him because he hates you. He's a bastard to you. What? Where's that come from? You don't have to hate someone because they hate you. I don't. I never hate anyone because they hate me. I actually find it more amusing than anything. I find it funny because I'm like, there's no reason to hate me. I haven't given you one. It's not like I've gone and killed your brother or I've kicked your dog. So what is it? And I'm never derogatory. I'm never aggressive. Um, I never put people down. The worst you'll get is a lame joke from me that jokes about something you did. which is just me communicating the fact that I found your human side when you did something silly to be loving and amazing. Well, not loving. Um, when someone does something silly, like, I don't know, clumsy, walks into a wall or a door or something, and you find it funny, you find it funny because it just shows how human they are, and it makes you feel better because you're going, oh, I've done that. It also makes you feel okay if you do that. If you saw someone do that and then you do it, it's funny because it's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not being stupid. You're not being idiotic or anything. You're just being human, which we tend to forget that some of our faults are really quite beautiful. Some of the most amazing invention and art in the world have been a mistake. They made them wrong, and it just worked out that it worked in a different way. I love that Thomas Edison once said to a very cheeky reporter, like the reporter come up and asked him, I can't quite remember how he said it. I'm sorry if I'm phrasing this incorrectly, but you'll get the idea. This reporter came up to him and said, uh, so you failed to make the light bulb, I think it was like 98 times. How do you feel about that? This was when he had actually invented the light bulb. He'd failed like 98 times or something. So the reporter asked him this quite cheekily, and Thomas Edison said, "Well, no, I just worked out 98 ways how to not make a light bulb." I think that's brilliant. All right, so basic truths of people in existence. I find that when people fail, it shows the truth of them more often than when they succeed. Not to downplay succession and succeeding. Um, I just find that when someone fails at something, it proves just how human they are. Because we make this idea, this ego in our mind of people we know, and we build it up, usually with their fails or their wins. Like a lot of people make a lot of um, Jack Sparrow, for instance, Johnny Depp. A lot of girls I know have this idea of him in their head, which is really unrealistic. And it's not until they see him fail or like, I think this is the reason a lot of girls will read girl magazines is because a lot of girl magazines show the human side of a lot of actresses and actors, and it makes that person feel better because it's showing that that person's human and they do have faults and fails. Because the truth is, existence can't always be success or failure. Actually, I find that the most successful people in the world fail probably 4 times more than they succeed. They just got the determination to keep at it. Like my cousin, he's pretty smart. He's considered a genius within my family, and I've seen him fall on his ass so many times over things, but he never quits, and that's what's amazing about him. Anyway, I actually didn't really write too much on that one. I haven't really thought about how to simplify most of these lessons. I wish I could, but I really struggle with simplification of conversation. I don't know why. It's just something that's been I haven't been able to do for a long time. I think it might come from the fact that the way my mind works is I need to understand the full concept of a subject before I can understand the bits and pieces within it. Um, like imagine you got a puzzle and you don't know what the picture is, and you only just like got the puzzle pieces for the outside, right? And then you got a couple other bits of puzzle that go in that are slightly together. So you've kind of got a little bit here, a little bit there, but you can't connect them all because it's not done yet. You can't understand what the whole thing is because it's not finished. And so even when it's almost complete, like let's say 70% done, the puzzle's 70% done, and you can see the image quite well, for me, I still can't grasp the little bits of it. Like, I get how it works subconsciously, and instinctively I can do it. But being able to explain it and converse it is not that easy for me. But once I've got the whole thing down, I can explain it and converse it to a degree that surpasses most average people. All my skills tend to be like that. I'm either really bad at it, even though I'll know so much of it, until I get to that one bit where I'm like about 90% done or 100 on the subject and I actually comprehend it to a high level, till I can actually converse with it really well. I don't know why, it's just something I do. And I think that's what my problem is with um, basic sentence structures. I often actually miss words within my sentence structure and go back. And unfortunately, that's just me. I haven't really worked out how to improve on that skill yet, but when I do, I will. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy this basis on truths, and I know I went off a few times on a few little subjects, but I hope you guys enjoy that when I go off on my little rants. So let me know what you think. I would actually love to hear what people think on this subject. I've not actually ever talked to anyone about this. This is basing truths on world existence, world truths, like gravity. Isaac Newton got hit by an apple by gravity, and he couldn't deny that, and that was not an action by a person. It This truth removes human intention and intent from reality in the understanding. Wow, I think I simplified that pretty good. And so by taking human intent out of it, there's no infallibleness. The only part of that that can be at error is if your perception doesn't balance it properly, which is a learning process. So don't be harsh on yourself if you get it wrong. You should never be harsh on yourself if you get it wrong. I never am. If I get something wrong, I am eager to understand why I got it wrong. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I would love to hear some feedback on this one.